All right, so tonight is a historic occasion here at Louisville Central Community Center, Old Walnut Street, and we're just glad to see everybody come and pay tribute to Sam Watkins Jr., our President Emeritus, who is being memorialized this weekend here on our campus. And at his request, we're going to have his memorial service in our brand new Grand Lyric Theater on tomorrow. And so, but I'm just finding it just so feeling for me spiritually to have his friends come from around the country, his former teammates with Evansville University. We have people all the way from Arizona, certainly his beautiful wife Judy and his family, his nieces, his sister, the whole family is here. And you know, we can all just describe Sam in so many different ways. He's a very diverse person, a great leader, a great mentor, but he's so humble and so honest and so committed to helping our community. And he made a lot of personal sacrifices to accomplish his vision here, this campus called Old Walnut Street. So just thank God that we're here in honor of him. And I'm gonna ask my wife to come up, who's over here, and be a part of this interview. Mr. Bennett is interviewing us and paying tribute to Mr. Watkins. So what would you like to say?
Well, I was just talking to Judy, and I reminded her the last time it really wasn't the last time I seen Sam, but it was the time that we went to Arizona. And we had a really good time. The hospitality was wonderful. Sam was all smile as usual, and I really enjoyed my time in Arizona. Thanks so much. I really appreciate it.
I did too, and certainly we're going to continue to miss him,
right.
But we're also going to continue to uphold his legacy and continue to build this community from the bottom up. And so we're committed to that, and just thankful that everybody's here to celebrate his life tonight.
My name is Terry Atwater. Sitting with me is Herb Williams. We both are alumni of the University of Evansville in the period of 1963 through 67. Let me say this, it was a unique period. We happened to be a small group on campus, roughly 25 Afro-American students, and a group of us, 10 of us, decided to connect with the alumni chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi to start a chapter on the campus of the University of Evansville. There was 10 of us, and we initiated, and Sam was very critical in that, along with the gentleman next to me who will come up, who will say something next, in terms of getting that started. Our chapter is known as the Epsilon Iota chapter. I myself, just myself, I'm an engineering student. My degree was in electrical engineering, and I received a master's in business administration. And I had the blessing of being on the great Evansville Aces team with such people as the gentleman sitting next to me, Herb Williams, Sam Watkins, our tremendous, today's vernacular, be a point guard, outstanding. And of course, Jerry Sloan and others was there, Larry Humes. And we were 29-0 that year, and we received our NCAA watch as champions. And I was privileged to get that because of these men and because of Herb, who's sitting here beside me. And rather than me saying anything else, I'd like for Herb to speak and say what is on his mind.
My name is Herb Williams. I'm also a graduate of the University of Evansville. Very unique things about Sam and I were, we were roommates. So we had a lot of time to lay in bed at night and talk about many, many, many things. We spent a lot of time talking about what we could do on the campus at the University of Evansville. And of course, out of our talks and some other things came the Epsilon Iota chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi. Not only that, Sam and I used to spend Sunday evenings, about the only thing we could go get to eat was a dozen of donut holes and a carton of chocolate milk. And later on, I got married, and Sam spent many, many days, Sunday evenings at my house with my wife, Marilyn, and having dinner with us. Sam was a very unique person. He had a lot of visions, and one of the visions was Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity. So this is an experience that none of us wanted to have, but we knew it had to come someday. And our love for Sam, our love for the things we did, the many travels we had. I often say, I was a little country boy from Central, Illinois. Sam was a city kid, and we had a lot of things. Sam learned to drive a 56 Chevy, stick shift, through 3 on the column, which was my car. It was the only ones we had. And of course, Terry had a car there. His car was a 49 Ford. So we all had shared 1 or 2 cars to go to the games and do other things. So I'm very shock riddled and so forth this time to know that my roommate, a trusted friend, and somebody we love and care about, how do you say goodbye to someone of this? We've had the sunshine and the rain, now we got the clouds. But through it all, we know one thing. There's one person that we know will let us see each other again. That's our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Let me say something about many people are interested in the basketball team because we just had March Madness. The gentleman sitting beside me here, Herb Williams, played center on our team, actually. Herb is the only guy I know of his height, roughly 6'3", 6.5", 3'3", 6'4", that could tip out at 12'6", 2.5 feet above the rim. I don't know anybody else that could do that, even come close to that. My best was like 11 foot. So he's 1.5 feet above me in terms of being able to tip out. So right off the bat, that gives you some idea of the skill. Sam was a phenomenal point guard in today's vernacular. He had tremendous ball handling skills, a tremendous shot, probably averaged 15 to 20 points a game, tremendous assist man, and furthermore, a hard-working kind of guy. He knew the game. He knew where everybody was. He set a tone. In fact, Jerry Sloan was on the team, but Sam was more of the glue that kept us all together as a team. That's why we had a 29-0 season. Now with that opening, I'd like for Herb to come in because he can tell you what happened really on the floor, what's going on, and why the team was so great.
I think our team, the greatness fell in the part that, well, let me go back and start. Sam and Larry Humes were on the team the year before. The first time the University of Evansville had a person of color playing for him was a guy named Ed Smallwood, who was from Louisville also, and who also was Sam's cousin. Well, now we come to a point where you have 3 All-Staters, 2 All-Americans at the University of Evansville. Was this going to work? Were they going to have 3 persons of color starting? Well, Sam, Larry, and I used to sit in the room at night and we'd talk about, and Sam said, I know I'm not going to sit on the bench. Larry said, I know I'm not going to sit on the bench. I said, I don't know where you guys are going to be, but I'm not going to be there either. So we ended up with all 3 of us starting, and I think that was one of the things that Sam was very instrumental in doing, is keeping that team focused, letting us know where we had to go, what we had to do, and playing together, because together was the only way we could win, and that's what we did.
Hi, I'm Sean Somerville, and I serve as a capacity builder for Louisville Central Community Centers. I've been here for several years now. I met Sam about 10 years ago or so, and that's when he was actually doing what he does as a visionary and demonstrating how the West of Ninth could be built up, and met Mr. Watkins at that time, told him that I had a degree in urban planning and hey, I would like to support however I could. Conversations took place. Long story short, I was able to come on board and start working with Mr. Watkins and Mr. Fields at the time, who was working under Sam as well. And I've been here ever since. Yeah, so I was blessed enough to be a part of the Grand Lyric Theater and work with Mr. Fields, Dr. Fields, and bringing that to fruition, which is what part of the campus of what Mr. Watkins had always seemed to be. And I'm proud to say that I was able to bring that to life and that we're celebrating his transition here in this place and in the theater. So family, he's always around. He's got his presence here, and he's done great. So God bless you and everyone else that he's had an opportunity to touch. And Mr. Watkins, thank you very much.
Yes, my name is Floyd Smith, and my memory of Sam, first of all, was at Greencastle Baptist Church. That's where he attended, he and his family. He was an usher there, big man of an usher, so nobody's gonna mess with him, that's for sure. But Sam was just a gentle giant. And I got a chance to work with him with LCCC while he was working on the program west of 9th Street. And of course, I worked at River City Bank, and the bank is on 6th Street. And I had to remind Sam that the actual name of the project should have been west of 6th, because we couldn't go across 6th Street. So Sam and I got on to work with him on the board for a little while to represent River City Bank. Sam was just a man of integrity and just a good spirit. And I'll miss Sam, his family, and he was the first person to allow me to get on a board anywhere in Louisville. He was the first one to do that. But that's just my recollection of Sam. Greencastle Baptist Church is where he was and where I met him. Thank you.
My name is James E. Ziegler. I'm United States Army retired, and to talk about Sam Watkins is a pleasure. I came to Louisville in 1972, left, came back to Louisville. I called Sam Watkins, and Sam Watkins said, when you retire, you can come to Louisville and see if you want to work. I've got a position for you. I had never worked in an inner city. Sam told me, I can teach you what you need to do in the inner city. He gave me my office on 23rd and Muhammad Ali. I met this young lady named Victoria, and I decided I wanted to get married. When I got ready to get married, Sam was the first person that congratulated me and was at my wedding. He said, anything you need, just let me know. I owe who I am because of Sam Watkins. I praise God for his friendship. I praise God for his family. I praise God for the opportunity to work with a magnificent individual. May God bless him in heaven.
Hi, I'm Cora Brown. I'm here to honor the legacy of Sam Watkins, a true giant, a man of honor and integrity. And when I first started my career, I was in banking, and Sam asked me to serve on an advisory committee. And at that time, I was honored because I didn't think I had that much to offer. But lo and behold, Sam had a way of nurturing the gift that he saw inside of you when you didn't see it inside yourself. And because of that, I can now serve on the board of a local credit union and introduce the concept of micro-lending to them, because they're looking for ways to help small, thriving entrepreneurs, people with a vision, but perhaps not traditional credit histories. And so because of Sam, I'm able to bring that to the table, and I'm very happy about that. But I'm here to honor Sam and the things that he meant to the community, what he meant to the community, what he did to strengthen our community and make sure that we are on a path where we can strive. He was very inclusive, and he was very down to earth, but he was very, very bright and savvy. Sam knew how to make his way in this world, and because of my relationship with him and his professionalism, I became adept at doing just that. Thank you, Sam.
My name is Clarence Glover, and I'm a former board member of Louisville Central Community Centers. And the reason I became a board member was I first met Sam when he was getting an award from Dr. Kevin Cosby at his church, and I was at the ceremony, and I saw Sam, and he was so impressive that I emailed him and asked if there was anything I could do for Louisville Central Community Centers. And so Sam emailed me back and said, yes. And I thought, okay, I can answer the telephones, maybe sweep the floors. I was just thinking about helping out in any way I could. And so when I went in to meet with Sam, he said, no, I want you to be on the board of directors. And so that, I guess, lasted maybe six years. I actually worked briefly with Judy in 2003 for Jefferson County Public Schools. And so when I talked with Sam, I said, you're Ben Watkins' brother, because Ben and I played on the Kentucky All-Stars together. And that's when I found out that Sam may have been better than Ben. But I'm pleased to be here this evening, and I want to offer condolences to Judy and the entire family. And Sam was a great guy, a great humanitarian, and an excellent leader, and I was glad to be on his board.
Hello, I'm Wanda Baker. This is my husband, Reverend Thomas Baker. I'm here just to pay tribute to Sam Watkins and his family. I grew up in the Beachy Terrace housing project. And when I was 12 years old, I started going to the Market Street neighborhood house. Sam was the director, or he was a young social worker at the Market Street neighborhood house, and he mentored me and so many others. And then he took us on a trip to Washington, D.C. and New York City. 12 years old, growing up in Beachy Terrace, my life was about 7 blocks. He introduced me to the world. I went away to college and then to law school and to other things. And years later, I came back as an attorney, and Sam put me on the board, asked me to join the board of Louisville Central Community Center. And I got to share with him in the incredible work that he was doing. He's been who he has been ever since I've known him, and that's since I was 12 years old. I congratulate the family. I have sympathy. He has been wonderful. I served on the board, and my husband served as president of the board. God bless you. God keep you.
Yes, and Sam has always been, particularly Louisville Central Community Center has always been an influential presence in our family life. Again, Wanda stated that when she was younger, that Sam was a mentor at a young age and was able to expose her in different places of this America. But nevertheless, our children, our granddaughter came up through Mini-versity, and Wanda served on the board, and Sam one day said, and I'm a State Farm agent going on 41 years, and I had volunteered my services, but Sam said, wait a minute, I need you on the board. So somehow the way, some way or another, Sam asked me to join the board, and through my company we were able to contribute some things. And one of the things that I was so impressed about Sam, not only his tremendous vision, but as a board president, when I was asked to maybe deliver a speech at one of the type of sessions or wherever, he was a speech writer, or he was in control of that. And he made me look like, feel like I was somebody. But nevertheless, God bless you. In my estimation, for my family, Samuel Watkins, well done, thy good and faithful servant. God bless everyone.
Sheila Bright, and this is my husband, Andrew Kirkland Bright. And we have known Sam most of our lives, and we are here for this very sad occasion, but it's a happy occasion too, because we know where Sam is now, and he's in the Lord's hands. I worked with Sam at Mini-versity as a child care director for about 10 years, and my husband had also worked with Sam. So again, it's good being here. We're waiting for Judy Watkins and family to come, and we're seeing so many people we haven't seen in such a long time. But take care and thank you.
I wanted to say that we also worked with Clinton Bennett, who was an esteemed employee and a colleague for some time. That's it.
Hi, I'm Sherry Bryant Hamilton, longtime resident of West Louisville, former resident of the Russell neighborhood. It's an honor to be here to celebrate the life and the contributions and the legacy of Sam Watkins. He was a gentle giant. He was a man of unsurpassed character, and I'm just glad to be here.
Hi, I'm Rhonda Richardson, and I had the unique opportunity to work very closely with Sam when I served as a board member of Louisville Central Community Centers, and then ultimately its president for a couple of years. And there's nothing I can say that everybody doesn't already know about Sam. The term gentle giant is certainly being used a lot. Sam was such a huge presence in this community. He has been a visionary in terms of transforming Russell neighborhood, and I'm just grateful for the opportunity to have worked with Sam for so many years. So he'll sadly missed, but never forgotten, and what a legacy has left all of us in Louisville, not just Russell, with this community center.
I'm Garnet Phelps, and I just want to let everyone know that I grew up with the Watkins family. The Phelps family and the Watkins family grew up in California neighborhoods. I'll go back all the way from the oldest sister Myra to all of son Sam, Ben, Leonard, Ricky, and then the other ones. And our house was their house, and their house was my house. And I thought Sam was like my big brother, because my older brother and Sam blazed the trail for us and made our ripping and running a little bit easier, because we knew we had them as our backup. So I'm very honored to be here and to be a part of this celebration and remember Sam Watkins. What a heck of a guy.
My name is Kim Burse, and I met Sam years and years ago when he was with Louisville Central Community Center, and I was with the Louisville Development Bank Board as the CEO there. And clearly we worked together along with Ben Richmond with the Urban League. We worked together to try to come up with programs and new opportunities for Louisville's West End. I'll never forget the fact that Sam told me all about his vision, about the old Walnut Street project and all of the things that he was trying to do for the Russell community. And I was so much in awe of all that he had in the way of vision and his execution. Sam was a man that knew how to get things done, and it was obvious to me that he was always going to achieve what he strove to, and worked out and worked for this community. So I'm so appreciative of the fact that I had a chance to know Sam and all that he was involved with.
My name is Raymond Burse, and I'm president of the Louisville branch NAACP, and I met Sam years ago when I came to, probably knew his brother Leonard better than I knew Sam, but came to know Sam through his wife Judy, who is a KSU graduate. And at the time I came to Louisville and started practicing law, was a period in which Judy ran at floors, and we used Judy for our floors, but also were involved in a number of community activities with Sam. He was very engaged, very committed, was always looking to make an opportunity to improve and make things better. He's an individual that this community has missed, and that we all going to miss him, and wish Judy and the family the best under these extreme circumstances. Thank you.
Strong hand in making a lot of this happen, working with.
I'm just standing here thinking about when this was all just a vision.
All just a vision. Yeah, that's what it was called, the vision of Old Walnut Street.
It was.
It was.
It was definitely.
Absolutely.
And walking normal.
Yeah, I know. But those two guys sitting over there at the table, Herb and Terry, they played with Sam at Evansville, and they were members of the undefeated team of 64-65. They got a lot of stories they can tell you about those days. But Jerry Sloan, you remember Jerry Sloan? Where he coached Utah Jazz, played for the Bulls.
Chicago Bulls.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, you may know this, Chuck, but he was inducted into the Hall of Fame, the Basketball Hall of Fame, and he shouted all those guys out, Sam, Herb, Jerry.
I love it.
Yeah, and that was in his Hall of Fame speech. But those guys can tell you a lot of good stories about Sam.
Duffy. I'm an artist here locally in Louisville, and I've worked with Sam Watkins for a number of years, probably since from 1990 to about 2015. I was the maker of the Lyman T. Johnson Award, and I work with the after-school programs that L3C instituted. And so I'm here to pay my respects and just I marvel at the wonderful gathering of people that he has touched over the years. I'm glad to be here, and he'll be missed. But I'm so glad that we got to cross paths. And again, he'll be missed, and but I'll always remember through the Lamentees and the after-school programs.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. If we could get your attention just for a few minutes, we want to have some remarks. And let me just say thank you all. Thank you all for being here tonight in honor of our dear friend and colleague, our President Emeritus Sam Watkins Jr. Thank you so much on behalf of our organization. Certainly thank you on behalf of the Watkins family. And I want to thank Judy Watkins, his wife, who has really been the architect of orchestrating this moment, making this happen in our community, and coming all the way here from Phoenix, Arizona to celebrate this moment with our community. Let's give her a hand, please. You all should know that we have a full program, a full celebration scheduled for tomorrow morning here. And it's at Sam's request that we're going to do it in the brand new Grand Lyric Theater here, which was his brainchild. He gave birth to the concept, and we were just blessed to carry that vision all the way through to fruition. And we're going to ribbon cut on next Friday, but tomorrow we're going to celebrate his life and his journey right here, and you're welcome to come back. So I'm going to get out of the way because I know that there's other people that want to have remarks, and we got a short window of time to get that in. There's a lot you're going to hear about Sam tomorrow, certainly. But we have, I'll tell this quick story as I asked John Gilderbloom to head up this way. I actually met Sam Watkins Jr. professionally speaking. I knew of him, he was well known, but was introduced to him by Dr. John Gilderbloom. At that time, I was a master's student out of U of L, and he was one of my professors. And he put me out on an assignment that hooked me up with Sam. And on that very moment when I first met him, I learned of this vision. I'm talking over 30 years ago, this vision that he was carrying about job creation and economic development and reactivating old Walnut Street. He carried that from the day that I met him, and certainly from that moment, we've always been a part of each other's journey. And he's been so instrumental in so many ways. So, John, I want you to come up because Dr. Gilderbloom has written an op-ed, and y'all should have read that in the Courier Journal. And he's got a few things he wants to say. And I was honored to greet him because I've always called him Dr. Gilderbloom, and he looked at me and said, Dr. Fields. So I should have introduced myself. I'm Dr. Kevin Fields. A newly minted doctorate as of January of this year. So thank you for that. But he's been instrumental in my education journey. So he's going to talk a little bit about the work that he was a part of under Sam's tutelage as well, that really put this whole neighborhood on a rebound toward the economic revitalization that we still continue to fight for to this day.
How's everyone doing? I have a number of quotes from Sam Watkins, and he is responsible for creating, I'm totaling up now, 675, maybe 700 houses, homes, beautiful homes that were made. And as usual, there was a crowd of Marxists, radicals and so on. And they were saying, "You're gentrifying Russell, you're gentrifying Russell." And Sam said to them plainly, and they shut up, they said, "What's wrong with black people making money?" That's the equity. And the difference right now is that in terms of families, 80% of the whites own homes, but only 35% of the blacks. And the best engine for equity and wealth is home ownership. That's the way it is. And so one of the things we did was we did home ownership fairs. And the idea was to look at people's credits. And Sam used to always say, people would find out that their credit was worthy and they could get it. But most of the credit was all women. Do you know that story? It was all women that bought the houses, single women. And within 3 years, all of them were married because they were more, accessible. They had more benefits and so on. So I always thought that was great and so on. And the other thing is that Sam envisioned if you go into the Russell neighborhood, he just didn't want to build, and he built houses starting at $37,000. Is that incredible? $37,000. And then I said, Sam, LCCC will do better if you raise that, because people can afford that. Payments were only $190 a month. And these homes, these beautiful little Victorian shotgun and camelbacks and 8 different kinds, they increased in value as soon as they did that. They fixed up the yards and gave people a lot of hope. And pretty soon these houses were again selling for $150,000, $200,000. I looked at the realtors right now. These houses, these small 3-bedroom, 2-bath houses, are now worth $200,000, $250,000. And that's wealth for people, which was great. I'm a big home ownership advocate. It's the American dream. I moved here to Louisville because I wanted to buy a house that I could afford. And my first house that I bought here was in Old Louisville for $35,000, an old Victorian 3-story. And it was the greatest moment in our life because we actually had advice from our doctor that the best thing you can do besides if you're trying to get your wife pregnant is to move to buy an old house and fix it up and so get out of Houston, come into Louisville. So we did that, and within 6 months, Patty was pregnant with Max, and that was beautiful. So I believe in home ownership. I wanted to say that I appreciate what Kevin said. It was so easy to write this piece because I love Sam so much. And we did things, and Judy keeps on reminding me about one of the best times that they ever had was we went to Cuba together with her son, and all Sam did was just smile and smile. But the lesson about Cuba is socialism sucks. Nobody likes to live in a place where there's no toilet paper, there's no toilet seats, and you're lucky to get a pound of meat once a month. And but the architecture and the music, the salsa music was beautiful, and it was one wonderful time for us to do. I also came to his birthday party. We both, actually, I always tell Judy that the reason I came to Phoenix was because Sam and her lived there. It was just really cool, and we met, and we had him go to a couple of community events where we talked about organizing for that. I think the good news that I want to work with, as I said in the article, is that where I'm going to come back to Louisville and give back. And one of the things we want to do is create more homeownership opportunities, fight environmental destruction, the pollution and so on, which is awful, but teach classes and organize and build, and within this building, a whole tribute to Sam Watkins and all the great stuff he did. He taught me a lot. He's good, as you probably know, he was a good basketball player and almost made the Olympics, except he was on the alternative. But I was telling Judith and a couple other people that he knew that I played tennis a lot. And he said, well, I'd like to try that, and so he comes out I said, do you have a tennis racket? He goes, yeah, I found one in the garage. And he comes out on the court with a wooden racket. And then he beat me, He beat me so bad. And that was something. He's just a gentleman and a great guy. So I'm just trying to do my best and honor him. And there are books we've written about Sam, and we have tributes that have been made. So I want to thank you. God bless you all. I love Sam. I love Judy. I love the whole family. They're just so cool. Look at them over there. They're beautiful, beautiful. And they're doing great things. So thank you for this honor.
Thank you, Dr. Gilderbloom. Let's give him a hand. He came here from Phoenix as well. And as he stated, he's written several pieces, the local op-ed he wrote, but he's also got several books and a lot of the work of have you ever heard of the Hands Project or the Sun Project that was nested at University of Louisville? He's written about that, and the work of Sam Watkins and LCCC and others in our community is written throughout that. But also, Dr. Gilderbloom mentioned that Sam was a great basketball player. If you look at the murals on the wall there, it kind of sums up Sam. Great sportsman, great visionary, great community leader, great businessman, and certainly starts with being a great family man. But we're just honored to have a couple of Sam's teammates that have traveled here. And I'm going to ask Herb and Terry to come up. These gentlemen were a part of an undefeated season in college basketball, who played with Sam Watkins, who was a part of that team. And it was 1964-65. And they can tell you the rest, right? Undefeated team. So Terry Atwater and Herb Williams.
First, this is a period of tribulation for a great man. I want to say to Judy and to Emily and to the family, we extend our commendations, not even for today, but in the days ahead. But let me tell you something about Sam. I'm gonna let my great man beside me here. You all see Herb here, very modest guy, tremendous player. Herb is a guy that can jump 2.5 feet above the rim at his time. He was actually, I've never seen a man his height can go up 12'6". I just want to say that to you so you know what you're dealing with, okay? In my case, though I was a role player on the team, I was more of an academics, athletics, and business. I noticed over there it says Sam was a businessman. I want you to say something. I started him in business selling soap. He sold Best Line products and did a tremendous job in business. Sam also was a part of our fraternity, Kappa Alpha Psi. We initiated the chapter on the University of Evansville, Epsilon Iota chapter, so that demonstrated his visionary and leadership. He was the one behind me becoming the pole mark of the chapter. So our experience athletically was because of Sam's coordination. Though he was quiet, but underneath he was powerful because of his aptitude, his attitude, and his willingness to go into action. He was progressive. The word progressive is nothing new for Sam. He was progressive back in 1963. That's the kind of man that he was. Very moral man, an honest man. Love him so much. And we're going to miss him a part of our fraternity and for part of our lives. I'm gonna let Herb deal with the athletic side.
First again, Judy, family, a couple other teammates wish they were here, tried to be here. One guy on our undefeated team named Larry Humes. Most of you probably heard of him somewhere or another, but Larry averaged 30 points a game. You know, that's amazing with no three-point line. But he wished he could be here, but health reasons he couldn't. And another one, Wayne Bollinghouse, who lives in California, and he just had some health issues also, but they sent their regards and so forth to you and the family. Well, Terry always talks about me. Yes, I'm quiet, I don't say too much, but Sam and I were roommates. We spent a lot of nights just laying there talking about various things. Now you gotta remember, all of this was before the civil rights marches, etc. We're talking about early 60s. So we worked together and thoughts of what we can do to help the other brothers and sisters on the campus be more involved. So that's why Terry, Sam, myself, and 7 others, we formed the Epsilon Order chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi. But on the court, Sam was just what he was off the court. He was a leader. They talk about glue, Sam was the glue. And he remained that way. Some of you probably heard of a guy named Jerry Sloan. He played with the Chicago Bulls, and he was also the coach of the Utah Jazz for years. Sam was not afraid to say, Jerry, we don't do it that way. And Jerry would listen to him. And Sam would say it the other way. That's the way we're going to do it. I'll tell the story and I'll shut up. Back then, very few schools had maybe one person of color, one black starting. The big schools did not want us there. This was before Kentucky Wesleyan got beat. University of Kentucky got beat. And going into Evansville, we had a guy named Larry Humes. He was an All-Stater in Indiana. We had Sam, who was an All-Stater in Kentucky. And you had me, who was an All-Stater and semi-All-American in Illinois. But we sit and we talk, and we think, how are we going to figure this out? Are they going to let 3 of us play prior to us coming? The only other black that played was a guy named Ed Smallwood. He was from Louisville also, and Sam's cousin. So we mapped it out, and we all agreed that one thing was going to happen. Sam was not going to sit on the bench. Larry wasn't going to sit on the bench. And no darn well Herb wasn't going to sit on the bench. So for the first time in the history of that school, not only 2, but 3 brothers played. We had a tremendous season, beating Notre Dame, beating Purdue, beating Northwestern. Everybody talk about, you saw them celebrate the Indiana undefeated team not long ago in the NCAA. But we were the first college team to go undefeated. And a big part of that is that guy up there. You know, I'll say this and I'll shut up. Later on, after I got married, Sam and I used to, our Sunday dinners consisted of one thing, or 2 things. Cheese pizza, no meat, anything, just cheese. And we'll pool our money together and we'll run to the donut shop. You probably heard about this, haven't you, Judy? Yes, we'll get a dozen of donuts. But it was 3 of us, so we get 3 dozen of donuts and 3 cartons of chocolate milk. That was our Sunday dinner. Well, after I got married, Sam used to come by the house and he would, have dinner with my wife and I many times. My wife fixed dumplings, chicken dumplings one time. And Sam came by, and I'm glad she's not here because I might get in trouble. But these dumplings formed one big ball. And I looked at it and I said, babe, I love you, but I'm not eating that. Sam said, I'll try it. He tried it. He says, Herb, it's good. I said, it might be good to you, but not for me. And she looked at Sam. She said, Sam, anytime you come to the house, you want chicken and dumplings, I'll fix it for you. But for him, he will never, ever get chicken and dumplings. So we had a reunion a few years ago in Evansville. My wife was with us. And he said, Marilyn. She said, what? She says, have you fixed Herb any chicken and dumplings yet? She says, after 55 years, no. But Sam was one of those guys. He was a visionary. He was a leader. He was soft-spoken. You ever heard the thing? Carry a big stick and walk softly, or how it goes, Terry. You know, he's the brain of the family. You know, but that's what Sam was. He walked softly, but he carried a very, very big stick. And loved by so many, not only here, but Evansville and a number of other places. Thank you.
Thank you both. Thank you both for coming.
We will be here on tomorrow on Memorial Day, and I am also a minister. And if I have the opportunity, I will say a word in that vein relative to my brother, Sam. May God bless you.
You know, we have so many great guests here tonight. Certainly want to thank everybody who has traveled to be here to share in this celebration. We will be back tomorrow morning. We'd love to have others that might want to have a few minutes. We just have a few minutes left. So if anybody wants to say anything, raise your hand. But I do want to say this just to have a little interaction here. We've got board members, current board members, past board members. If you are a current or former board member of Louisville Central Community Center, stand up, raise your hand, just be recognized, please. And just want to say thank you. I see a current board chair, Dr. Anna Smith. I certainly see a former board chair, and good to see you, Sister Claudia Garrett. Also, I see some honorees. If you're a former honoree of this organization, I see a few Lyman T. Johnson Distinguished Leadership Award honorees. One's right here at the camera, Clinton Bennett. I see Dr. Pat Morrell there as well. It's good to see everybody here. Certainly it's good to see our Urban League exec here, Brother Raymond Burst. Good to see you, Ray. Good to see Bishop Dennis Lyons. Good to see everybody here. We will allow one other speaker. We're going to have a great celebration tomorrow. If you all know Sam Watkins, like I know you do, as it has been stated, he was quiet, but he spoke loudly, because everything he said you had to hear, it would resonate. And Sam said to us, and Judy reinforced it, that he wanted a celebration. He wanted a celebration. So we're going to have that tomorrow in the theater. We're going to greet Erica Denise and her entertainment company is going to grace us with song. We're going to see some of the bells and whistles of the brand new Grand Lyric Theater happening, and with full lighting effects and video. It's going to be a celebration of life, and we're going to say it that it's very fitting for this leader to have exactly what he wanted, and this is what he wanted to have happen. So I'm just going to ask everybody who's here tonight to come back tomorrow, but also make sure that we are full of just high energy, good spirit, and ready to celebrate Sam Watkins. So when the preacher says, you know, do I hear amen? Y'all need to stand up and say amen. Or any chance to be a part of the discussion. You know, I don't know, Judy, we're going to ask for Q&A. You know how it is from a corporate standpoint. We want our constituents to have an opportunity to speak. But this will be a celebration like no other in honor of our dear leader and President Emeritus, my friend, my mentor, my leader, Sam Watkins Jr. So with that, we can spin a little bit more music. I'm reminded that there is wine and drink at the bar We won't have it tomorrow, so you better enjoy it tonight. God bless you.